Hello all, this is yet another video on an Excel tip. In today's video, we are going to see four new features that have been introduced in Excel in the latest update, which can be used for our day-to-day activities. So before proceeding, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe it. So these are the four functions that we are going to see today. The first option is the text split function. Second one is the shortcut for pasting the data as values. And the third one is searching for menu options, and fourth one is recommended pivot tables. So let's quickly get started with the first option, which is text split. So this is the data I have four different names separated by a comma, all in a single cell. So now I want to separate this into four different cells. How can we do it? We can go ahead, copy each name, and then paste it in a cell, but it is going to be hard if we have like 100 or 150 names. But instead, you can try this text split option. It is very simple. Text split, open braces, select the cell that you need to split, and then you need to specify the delimiter value here, either column delimiter or row delimiter within double quotes. So what is the separating criteria here is the comma between the names. So I'm going to specify that. So I'm going to use the double colon and then close bracket. If you see here, the four names have been split into different cells, right? So this is one option. Next option is, what if the names are separated by different symbols instead of just comma? In this cell, if you see, we have comma, semicolon, and then a slash. You can still do that using the same text split option. So watch this text split. Again, I'm selecting the cell that I need to split, but here you need to open the flower braces, and then inside this you need to mention the delimiters. So first one is comma, so I'm adding that, and then second one is semicolon, I'm adding that, and third one is slash, and I'm adding that. Close the flower braces and then close the brackets. So if you see, it will be splitted into four different cells. Okay, now let's see one example where this could be most useful, or rather, I utilize this option to make my work easier. Okay, so this is email address of multiple people wherein I copied from Outlook. For instance, if you do that, you will get all data in a single cell separated by a semicolon. Now you want to split these people into individual cells. So how can you use it? The same text split function, copy the cell, comma, the delimiter value is semicolon here. The delimiter value is semicolon here. If you use it and split it, it will be getting splitted into individual cells. Okay, so now if we want to get this in columns, sorry, in rows instead of columns, you can do that. Let's see how to do it. So text split, so I'm going to select the same cell, comma. So the first option is delimiter, column delimiter, and the second one is row delimiter, right? So if we leave this blank and then use a double quotes and then use a semicolon to close the bracket, it will be converted into a rows instead of columns. So this would be useful for almost everybody. So this is one option, that is the use of text split function. So the next one we are going to see is the shortcut for paste as values. So for instance, I have these cells here, I'm copying it, and I want to paste it in a different column as values. I don't want this formula to be displayed. So how you do it today, you will right click here and then click on values. It will be pasting as values. But not everybody prefers using mouse, and there are a lot of people who always uses the shortcut. So for that, there is a shortcut that has been introduced by Excel, and that is Control Shift and then V. So if you do it, these values will be pasted, sorry, these data will be pasted as values without any formatting or without any formulas. So again, the shortcut is Control Shift V. Right, so we are done with two options. The third one is the search menu function. Okay, so let's see how it works. So normally, if you want to add anything or do anything with the data you selected, you go to the menu option and then you search for it. But for majority of us, we tend to forget which option is in which menu. For instance, I want to add list a data list for these data. So normally it is available in data. You go to data validation and then click data validation and select the list. But if you forget, you can use this option, right? So right click on it and then search here, enter list. It will automatically give you the validation option. Or if you want to remove duplicates, so right click, remove duplicates. Or if you want to highlight duplicate value, okay, so it's very simple. So the last option that we are going to see today is a recommended pivot table. So normally when you add a pivot table, you select the data, go to the insert menu and then click on pivot table. But if you see, there is a new option that has been added, which is recommended pivot tables. If you click on that, it will by default give you a set of pivot table options. For instance, in this case, if you see, it gives a table based on the degree, and this one it's based on the location. It's third one, it's based on the name. For instance, I want to select using the location. I will click it and then hit OK. I will automatically get a pivot table. So this will probably give you a head start to add a pivot table, and from there you can start building your table as required. So I hope these four options was useful. Thank you all.